All right, UVALDERadio.net, Robert Miguel checking in live, 10 o'clock this morning, getting ready for our major concert announcement. I'm so sorry, I'm in the home studio, and there are dogs barking right outside my window, not quite soundproof. So if you hear my dog Sandy barking, it's just because it's hot outside, man. So don't worry, she's got plenty of water. She just gets ornery in the heat. Again, I'm Robert Miguel here. We are so excited, man, in the wake of the just tragedy that hit our town. I mean, the outpouring of love and support since the mass shooting right down the street from me, actually, at Robb Elementary, has just been outstanding. You guys have just shown up and showed out lots of love, monetary donations, I mean, hot meals. The community has really come together, not just the Uvalde surrounding areas, but the entire state and the nation and the world has reached out in some capacity. So thank you guys so much. We'll just start off that way. I think I can speak for the entire Uvalde community just by saying thank you to anybody and everybody who's been involved by just donating $1 or cooking a hot meal or just showing up and putting down a flower in support of the just beautiful souls that we lost here a couple of weeks ago at the Robb Elementary. So not to stay too heavy, you know what? We're going to be beginning our, I guess, healing process, and part of that is just the amazing healing power of music. So when this whole thing started, immediately the phone calls, emails, messages on social media just started coming in. Artists, our friends, wanting to do a benefit concert to benefit the families that were affected by this tragedy. So after a little bit of time to kind of group and just kind of figure out what we were doing here in the local community, we decided to go ahead and get something together. So we have got it. It's here. So it's come to fruition, and we're excited to announce that we're going to do a Uvalde Strong Texas Country Benefit Concert, which will be held this Sunday, June 12th, at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, Texas. Graff 7A Ranch, home of the South Texas Maze. It's just a fantastic place, right between Uvalde and San Antonio, which we felt was a fitting place to do this. Our friends Ken and Lori Graff at the Graff Ranch have just been really supportive of us here at UVALDERadio.net. We partnered with them for their fall and spring music lineups. They are huge supporters of the Texas country music scene, and of course, they have just this love for their neighboring community of Uvalde County. So, again, the event will be Sunday, June 12th, an all-day event starting at noon at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. You can find out more about the venue at graff7aranch.com. And for the next couple of hours, I'm going to be spinning all the tunes from the artists that have signed up to be a part of this benefit. Now, I believe the funds will go to the Texan Bank Fund account. And I think I've got a press release I'll read a little bit later from the president of the Uvalde branch. Just to talk about how those funds are allocated, if that's even been decided yet. But we did want to pick a reputable, I guess, company that would distribute those funds to the families that need it. And of course, Texan Bank does have locations in Hondo as well as Uvalde. So that is the bank of choice that we've funneled this fund through. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the lineup of who's playing at the big Uvalde Strong Texas Country Benefit Concert this Sunday, noon till about 9:30ish, maybe, something like that, at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. And if you want more information, after this major concert announcement is done, we will have details at graff7aranch.com and on UVALDERadio.net. We're going to start off with probably one of the younger artists in the lineup. We just kind of got him signed up last minute. A great kid who I just saw on his Facebook page was doing a television interview. He's a busy guy. He's highly involved in rodeo and whatnot. He's a Texas country artist out of Carrizo Springs. Last I heard, I think he was like 17 years old in high school. So this is, I'm sure, very close to his heart. Garrett Wade Talamantes will be performing at our benefit concert again this Sunday, June 12th, at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. Here's his newest single, as heard here on UVALDERadio.net. It's called Southern Land, and this guy's just got a voice, a mature voice beyond his age, and I think you'll really appreciate what you're hearing here. Southern Land by Garrett Wade Talamantes will be performing this Sunday at the Graff Ranch with UVALDERadio.net.
Dry mesquite beans falling to the ground. Ain't nothing better than when autumn rolls around. Leaves turn yellow and leave a naked tree, bare in winter until the next year's spring. Sun gets tired and closes for the day. A little cow dog snores a night away. Young cowboy looks up at the sky. He can't wait to see the next July. He can't wait to see the morning sun come by. Why do all the flowers have to up and die? There's a watering hole down the road where the bucks and the fawns and the does go to get their fill. There's a big tree on top of the hill. Climbing you can see that old rusty mill and all the birds in the sky. Old Top End Joe looks over the land that he owned in north of the Rio Grande, where he burned his brand. It's a whole nother world you see when you're on southern land. Sharp Spanish dagger reaches for the sky. Morning dove sits on a power line. Banded armadillo scurries along a trail. Thirsty coyote looking a little frail. Family of whitetail cross a lonely road. Big mesquite looking a little bowed. Band of big hogs walk out in the night. Big old bobcat looking for a bite. Seems like the monsters only come out at night. Moonlight is all you get when you're alone outside. There's a watering hole down the road where the bucks and the fawns and the does go to get their fill. There's a big tree on top of the hill. Climbing you can see that old rusty mill and all the birds in the sky. Old Top End Joe looks over the land that he owned in north of the Rio Grande, where he burned his brand. It's a whole nother world you see when you're on southern land.
UVALDERadio.net. Robert Miguel here live from the living room. I'm in the home studio announcing the major concert announcement, Uvalde Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb Elementary Fund, Memorial Fund. So it'll be going through Texan Bank, TXN Bank, which has branches in Hondo and Uvalde, as well as others. And you heard Garrett Wade Talamantes out of Carrizo Springs. He will be performing this Sunday, June 12th, at our benefit concert. More details will be posted soon at Graff7aranch.com. Graff Ranch is where we're having the event. We'll also have all the information, tickets, complete lineup, and a chance to get your table reservations at UVALDERadio.net as well. All right, so here for the next hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, we'll be announcing all the artists, and some of them will be checking in just to kind of have a quick discussion, say hey, and just share their heart for Uvalde live on the air with us. So with me, our next artist performing at the event. I'm excited. I've seen this guy play several times, never seen him with a full band, but really excited that he's bringing the pickers. With me on the phone right now, Mr. Dale Phillips. Welcome, sir, and good morning.
Hey, Robert. I haven't had a great Wow, man, that was awesome.
Well, very good. Thank you very much. I'm a semi-professional. Hey, you know what? You'll have to excuse. You might hear some beeps every now and again. Since the incident, my studio line, has been blowing up nonstop, and it's kind of a one-line kind of thing. So that beep just means the media vultures are just calling us nonstop. So I apologize. Okay, if we drop out, that's what that is. So again, Dale, where are you checking in from, man? You at home? Where are you at?
I'm at the ranch today. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. It's probably a little over an hour west of Waco, and I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. This is where I do all my writing and work on my material and all that kind of stuff.
Now, for those listening at home who don't know your full story, give us the quick bio, and then let's talk about this show.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Houston, big city boy, never been to the country much. My kinfolks lived out there, so I'd get to go visit them some, but, I'm just a city boy. But I've always had a passion for country, and probably 35 years ago, I was playing Southern rock in Houston, and we were just rocking it out. The things were just blowing up. ZZ Top was coming on the scene. All these great groups were playing, and Billy Gibbons, wasn't that far away from me, so I get to see him play all the time. And that kind of fizzled out when this little movie came out called The Urban Cowboy.
Right, yeah.
And everybody was walking around with a long neck in their back pocket and all. They traded in all their crazy stuff for the cowboy hat. So a buddy of mine called me. His name was Hondo, great songwriter and entertainer, and said, "Hey, would you like to join forces?" So you can imagine the crowds. Here's my bikers with his, George Strait looking dude. But it turned out really wonderful. It extended both of our careers quite a while. And the last 6 years, I've been, of course, we lost Mundo. And so the past 6 or 7 years, I've been living in South Padre and writing and playing down there. And I just got to the point where I could not go on stage and sing another Jimmy Buffett song. And I love Jimmy Buffett. But I just, there's only so many of those songs, and everybody buys their little free and listen to Jimmy Buffett songs, and I get it. But I was about to explode, so we moved up to the ranch. And when I say ranch, Texas, a ranch is like 30,000 acres. Mine's just a small place, but I'm surrounded by big ranches, so it's perfect. I get to get out here and write some songs and do that kind of stuff. But that's kind of the bio, and I guess about, how long have I known you now? It's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, coming up on 5 years probably, right?
Yeah, and Mundo, when he passed, he grabbed me by the shirt and he goes, you got to keep this going. Well, my little brother and Mundo were super talented. My little brother was the lead guitarist for Johnny Rodriguez for 20 years, and Mundo was such a great writer. He's Willie Nelson. Everybody's recorded his stuff. So I'm like, Mundo, are you going to pass your talent? And why didn't you tell me this when I had a 28-inch waist? I'm a little older than some of your artists around there. So, but in keeping with that, I took off on my trek, and you're one of the first guys I met. I was passing through, and you were having a birthday thing.
Right,
and,
yes. Uh-huh.
You were kind enough to let me go on the air and play one of my songs, and you've been very supportive of us, and I've always had a heart for Uvalde anyway. We used to go down there all the time. We'd cruise through there when we were going through, we used to do a lot of shows at Garner State Park and stuff like that, and I just love the geology and the geography there, and the people. I guess it's the people more than anything, and we would stop in and, never really got to know anybody until I started working with you, and, but just, it's one of those places where you stop in and you feel like you're at home.
It really is, yeah.
You could go to any restaurant and find the guy, sitting there talking about his cattle or whatever, and it's America.
That's right.
It's a representation of America, and I love the place where it is too, because it's kind of that break where you start. If you go north, you start getting into the hill country, and going south, you're not too far from Mexico, you know. So
Right.
it's just a beautiful place and beautiful people, and of course, you know, my heart was just shattered by the events that happened.
Well, man, we are so excited that you're going to be a part of this benefit concert. Again, it's going to be Sunday, June 12th at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. Now, Dale, you've come through, done some solo shows at Hangar 6 Air Cafe and Broadway A30, and I'm sure you'll come back and do more again. But we're really excited. Real quickly, let's talk about this, and then we're going to get your new song on. But you're going to be playing with a band. I've never seen you full band.
Oh, the band is phenomenal. I mean, it's really a group of all-stars that I do a lot of work with, and they're just, you know, they've all had hit records on their own, and my drummer's been with me for over 40 years. Bass player's been with me that long, and you know, they're you know, you look at them and you say, hey man, who let out the old folks home? when these guys start picking, well, you know, my drummer was with George Strait. I mean, I'm not trying to name drop here. I'm just telling you that these guys,
experience, man. You guys are pro.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, they're all great guys, and I think you know Bill Green.
Yeah, I sure do. And his beautiful wife, Debbie.
Bill can play anything, and I said, hey, Bill, you know, here's what's going on. He said, I'm there. I mean, he didn't even hesitate. He said, what do you want me to play? And I said, well, piano, fiddle, whatever you want. He goes, I'll bring my fiddle. And
That's fantastic, Dale, because I didn't realize that Bill was in your band. I mean, that guy not only is a great musician, but he can sing and a record producer, recorder, right? I mean, everything.
Well, he's my producer, you know, on all my songs. So, and he got Producer of the Year, I think, last year or the year before. And so, you know, I mean, Studio of the Year, but he was, you know, he had his own hits out, you know, back in the day. So he's a great guy, and I, like I said, everyone that I called, because you know as well as I do, since COVID, we're not getting as much band work as we used to.
For sure, yeah.
And you know, I've got a crawfish festival coming in a couple of weeks where I get to use the whole band again. But basically, you know, it's coming back, and so we're starting to make a little money again, and things are coming back around, and. But when we called on this to a man, matter of fact, I had to turn some guys away. Everybody wanted to play. I would have had a 13-piece band up there if everybody, you know.
Hey, that Graff 7A Ranch, that Graff Ranch dance barn is pretty big, but it ain't that big yet. All right, so
yeah, I hear you. I mean, I would have looked like asleep at the wheel up there, man. With
very cool.
All of his guys.
Well, Dale, let's go ahead and get your new song on, because I know you recorded it with Bill Green over there at BGM Studios, and we're excited to have you guys. If I'm not mistaken, you guys will be hitting the stage full band around 5:20 p.m. Again, that's Sunday, June 12th, Graff Ranch in Hondo. Get details. You're going to find tickets and table reservations eventually at graff7aranch.com. I believe we'll have that all that information posted probably after we do this big giant concert announcement. So Dale Phillips again on the phone. Thanks again for checking in, Dale. We will see you Sunday, okay?
I love you, brother. Call me when you need me.
All right on, man. And here's your new single, She's Still in Dallas. This is Dale Phillips, and you'll see him do it live this Sunday at the Graff Ranch in Hondo with UVALDERadio.net. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm still in love. She's still in Dallas. Is she ever coming back to me? I'm still in love. She's still in Dallas. She's long gone and I'm all alone and sad as I can be. Well, she went to spend a week back home. Said her heart was broken. Said she needed time alone to think about it all. Now a week has come and gone, and still no word's been spoken. She puts her mama on the phone every time I call. And I'm still in love. She's still in Dallas. Is she ever coming back to me? I'm still in love. She's still in Dallas. She's long gone and I'm all I wonder if I drove on down and told her I was sorry. Would she say she's heard it all 1,000 times before? Well, I wish that I could walk on up and tell her not to worry, but I don't believe her mom would even call her to the door. And I'm still in love, she's still in Dallas. Is she ever coming back to me? I'm still in love, she's still in Dallas. She's long gone and I'm all alone and sad as I can be. She's long gone and I'm all alone and sad as I can be.
UVALDERadio.net, your concert station. Robert Miguel here live, and excited to announce our major concert announcement. Finally, UVALDE Strong, a Texas country benefit, benefiting the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund. You just heard Dale Phillips with She's Still in Dallas. Totally excited that Dale Phillips will be bringing his full band, lots of pickers, fiddle and all, man, to the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo stage. Again, that's going to be this Sunday, June 12th. Kickoff at noon, going all night, and tickets will be available soon, if not already, at graff7aranch.com. You'll also find details on tickets, table reservations, and the full lineup at UVALDERadio.net. All right, so I'm really excited to talk to this next lady and announce that she'll be a part of it. This young lady has such a great heart, such a wonderful soul, and she was literally the first person that sent me a message offering her help to get involved in some kind of benefit for the terrible tragedy that happened right down the street here in Uvalde. So joining me on the phone, the one and only, the incomparable Brandy Bayless. Oh my God. I was giving you the big workup and then I forgot how to say your name. Brandy Bayless on the phone.
That's okay.
So thank you for checking in. I'm so excited that you're going to be a part of this. Brandy, I love you so much. You're awesome.
I love you too, and I cannot wait to just be there and for great calls and see old friends and make some new ones.
Now, the last time I saw you, we were at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, and you were riding a bull, right?
I sure was.
Just had to bring that up,
Good
whenever I can. But I'm again, you were the first one, and to reach out and say, hey, if you guys are doing anything, let's do this. And I know that you have already been involved in another fundraiser, if not more than one. Why don't you go ahead and give me some details on the thing you were involved in this last weekend?
Right. We had a benefit in Katy, Texas at the Wildcatter Saloon with a whole bunch of artists and silent auction, things like that, and raised over $10,000. So I'm looking forward to raising some more money to help UVALDE out.
Now, for those who are listening who are not really familiar with your backstory, first of all, where are you calling in from? And go ahead and give us your quick biography. Tell us a little about your background in music.
Sure. Well, I'm from Cost, Texas. A lot of people don't know where that is, so I just say Gonzales.
Okay.
Texas history, come and take it. I've been playing music for over 10 years. I grew up watching my grandpa play in his band called Wild Card all around Texas, so it's in my blood. I was bit by the music bug.
Well, I'll always love talking to you and seeing you live at the Texas country events. You've always got a great big smile and just a warm, welcoming, like I said, heart and soul. So you're going to be, if I'm not mistaken, doing kind of a song swap format with also Morgan Ashley and Alora Leonard. How do you feel about sharing the stage with those two ladies?
I love those ladies so much. We've never gotten to do a show together, so I'm really excited to be with them. And we're even riding together, save on gas and stuff, so it'll be a girls' trip to remember for sure.
Wow, that is so exciting. Very cool. Well, now, let's go ahead and, I know that, I'm not even sure if you've been to Uvalde proper or what that story is, but just let me know obviously, like I said, you're one of the first people that reached out. Let's talk about your heart for this whole thing. How did it hit you when you heard the news, and what was your immediate response, I guess?
Honestly, there are just no words. You never think it can happen to you until it does.
Right.
So I just wanted to offer my help any way I could because I can't even imagine. There are just no words.
It is crazy, and thank you so much for being a part of what we would just hope is the beginning of a healing process for the community. So again, the big benefit will be coming up this Sunday, June 12th, at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, home of the South Texas Maize, and the benefits will be all the profits will be going to the Texan Fund, TXN Bank, which has branches in Hondo and Uvalde. We figured that was a fitting entity to funnel those funds through, and it's just going to be a great time. I believe you guys are going on about 2:45. Is that what I'm if I'm not mistaken?
I believe so, yes.
So get there early in the afternoon, see Brandy Balin, also Morgan Ashley, and Laura Leonard, who I'm thinking we're going to talk to here in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and get your newest song on. At least the newest one I've got is I Wish He'd Been Drinking Whiskey. When's new music coming from you, Brandy?
Oh, man, I'm ready. So hopefully in just a few weeks, and you'll be the first to have it.
Right on. Well, again, we're so looking forward to seeing you this Sunday. Thank you so much in advance for being a part of this, okay?
Of course, thank you. See you soon.
All right, guys. So Brandy Balin, I Wish He'd Been Drinking Whiskey. You can see her live this Sunday, June 12th at the Graff Ranch in Hondo, and this is UVALDERadio.net.
To think it was all in the drink that made him the way that he was. He swore told me he didn't love me no more.
UVALDERadio.net, Robert Miguel here with you with our major concert announcement, UVALDE Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund. The event will be this Sunday, June 12th, at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, Texas. Our neighbors to the north-ish, right there smack dab between Uvalde and San Antonio. Ken and Lori Graff are just amazing people who UVALDERadio.net has partnered with for a while. We do most of our work with locals. You know, we're really proud of our local footprint here in Uvalde County, but the Graff Ranch folks over in Hondo, we love being involved with what they're doing too. They've got a great heart for our community, and we're excited to be putting this event on in collaboration with the Graff Ranch. So again, this Sunday at the Graff Ranch in Hondo, you just heard Brandy Balin. Her latest single is called I Wish He'd Been Drinking Whiskey. Thank you to Brandy for checking in and talking to us about her involvement this Sunday. It's going to be a great time. She'll be sharing the stage with Alora Leonard and also Morgan Ashley. We're expecting to talk to Morgan Ashley here in just moments. I'm running just a little bit late. So let's go ahead and play some more music. Another gentleman, a newcomer to UVALDERadio.net, who we're excited to see. He'll be performing early in the afternoon, I believe in the noon slot. Let me check my notes here. Yes, he'll be playing at 12 noon, kicking off the show. Check it out. This is Xavier Joseph. His song is called Straight to You. We're going to come back after this and hopefully talk to Morgan Ashley. Y'all stick around. This is UVALDERadio.net. Oh, and we've got some fantastic artists to announce in case you haven't heard the full lineup yet. So stay right there on UVALDERadio.net.
At the end of the day, you know where I'd be. There ain't no mystery. Living for the night, filling the cup, that's right. George Strait, living it up. Hitting every spot in this town when the sun goes down. I'd go straight, kicking up dust. Running down the road, raising hell in my truck. Straight to the bar. Tipping on back, take a shot in the dark. Got a little sideways stuck in a haze till you hit me like 100 proof. Straight to my head, straight to my heart, it's true. Now I go straight to you. Now I go straight to you. I was 2 for once, now I'm 1 for 2. Since you lit me up with the way you move in the glove, the bonfire flames. Well, hell, that's when everything changed. Who knew getting lost I'd find my way? I'd go straight, kicking up dust. Running down the road, raising hell in my truck. Straight to the bar. Tipping on back, take a shot in the dark. Got a little sideways stuck in a haze till you hit me like 100 proof. Straight to my head, straight to my heart, it's true. Now I go straight to you. Now I go straight to you. Still get a little crazy now and then, but where I'm headed sure ain't where I've been. I'd go straight, kicking up dust. Running down the road, raising hell in my truck. Straight to the bar. Tipping on back, take a shot in the dark. You got a little sideways stuck in a haze till you hit me like 100 proof. Straight to my head, straight to my heart, it's true. Now I go straight to you. Now I go straight to you. Now I go straight to you.
UVALDERadio.net, Robert Miguel here with you, making our major concert announcement. We are so excited about Uvalde Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund. It's going through Texan Bank, TXN Bank, with locations in Hondo and Uvalde, and all profits at the big event will go to benefit the families affected by this terrible, terrible tragedy. And again, we have just been so excited and elated to speak to some of these fantastic artists who are lending their talents and their time, and let's be honest, gas money is crazy. So they're coming from all over the state to perform at the Hondo Graff 7A Ranch to benefit these families who are in dire need. I mean, the healing takes a long time, and it's great to have some funds to at least get you past that mourning phase and get on with your lives. So you just heard Xavier Joseph, brand new to our UvaldeRadio.net playlist. The song is called Straight to You, and we're excited to have Xavier Joseph kick off the show at 12 noon. He'll be sharing the stage with another gentleman who I'll be talking to in the 11 o'clock hour, so stick around for that. But right now, I'm excited to have this young lady on the phone who was actually in Uvalde not too long ago a couple of times and is planning to come back for one of our Friday Night Live shows. With me on the phone, the one and only Morgan Ashley. Welcome, ma'am.
Hey, super excited to be coming up and hanging out with you guys this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we all wish it was under, happier circumstances.
Right.
But, what I love about this show is that just about everybody involved has a relationship with us here at UvaldeRadio.net. They all reached out to us almost immediately, when this whole tragedy went down. But they're all people who have actually been to our town. Now, do not get me wrong. We have received so many phone calls, emails, social media messages from people all over the world saying, hey, we want to do a benefit concert, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to help. But everybody involved in this show actually has stepped on Uvalde ground, and you've been to town a few times. So, Morgan, tell me, what are your experiences with Uvalde? What do you love about our little town?
I've always had the best time coming to Uvalde. Everybody has always been so welcoming, and I feel like I'm at a home away from home in Uvalde.
I remember you did one of our Friday Night Live shows at the Broadway 830, man, and we tore it down, didn't we? We
sure did.
We got rowdy. I mean, I'm too old to be acting that way. I mean, you've got, you're much younger than me, so you've got the liver and the youth. But woo, boy!
I stayed strong that night.
I tell you what, when we were done, I felt like I needed to buy a T-shirt that said, I partied with Morgan Ashley, because
yeah.
It was worth bragging about. So I love that that you're going to come down here, and like I said, you were at our Uvalde Palooza, our first ever Uvalde Palooza concert.
Yes, indeed.
Big concert we had in the park, and I know you had to come and go because you had an afternoon gig there. But that you're in a way you're a big part of our Uvalde history, because that is something new at our new amphitheater at our Memorial Park that is the first of its kind, and we will certainly do it again. And again, you were one of our first ones, and just hot off winning Texas, was it new female vocalist of the year? Or was it actual female vocalist of the year?
Yeah, female artist of the year.
Female artist, yes.
Country Music Awards. Yep.
Yeah, so thank you again for being a part of that. Well, let's go ahead and talk about your resume. You're a hard-working lady in the Texas music industry.
Well, thank you.
So
been running the roads for a while now. So
yeah, so tell us how you got in the business and where you've been so far.
So I got in the business by my local FFA chapter. Growing up in high school, I did the talent show, and I just sang to background tracks. Thought it'd be super cool, and ended up picking up a guitar after that, and I had a guitar teacher that made me believe that music was a career that I could pursue. And now here I am 8 years later, and I can't imagine doing anything else with my life except playing music.
And you are so good. I can't believe you've only been doing it 8 years, because I know that's a long time and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But you're you are pro beyond that, in my opinion. So.
Well, thank you.
Very cool. Well, again, we got Morgan Ashley here on the phone, and again, you are going to be sharing the stage in kind of a song swap format with Brandy Balin and Alora Lander. Now, we just talked to Brandy moments ago, and she said you guys are road tripping. Is that case? Are you guys coming together?
Yes, we are. I'm excited.
That's now. Did you say, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have been like songwriting together, also collaborating? What's going on with you guys, you and Brandy?
We have not gotten to get together and collaborate just yet, but we've definitely talked about it a lot. So I'm very excited for the chance to get to hang out with Brandy. this weekend so that we can talk about how we can collaborate in the future.
Now, how about Alora Leonard? Are you familiar with Alora? You guys have a kinship yet?
We are just now, I met Alora not too long ago, and she is super sweet. I'm excited to get to hang out and get to know her better as well.
Well, very good. So I guess while I've got you on the phone, give me some information. So I'm going to apologize. I've got your brand new single, but for some reason it's not coming up on my program that I'm using for these phone call interviews. So I'm not going to be able to play your latest single. But we do have a brand new song from you. It's called Warning Label, and it's in rotation currently on UVALDERadio.net. So give us a plug on your new record and what you got coming up here this summer.
Yeah, so Warning Label is a single off of an EP, hopefully coming out later this year. I feel like Warning Label has this, attitude to it, and that's definitely going to be the whole vibe for this upcoming EP this year.
It is gritty, and it's got attitude. It's even got a curse word, and I didn't know it, but we're playing the dirty version. So, I'm gonna continue to play it. It's one of the minor curse words. It's not the major one. So Morgan, thanks again for checking in. We're so excited that you're going to be a part of this benefit to just help take care of the families that are affected by this terrible tragedy here in town. Thank you for your heart for Uvalde. Thank you for doing shows here and coming out, to actually spending some time, drinking our water, kicking our dirt, and coming to Uvalde, doing live music and entertaining our people, okay?
Yep, looking forward to proving that we are Uvalde and Texas strong.
Very good. Let's do it. Morgan Ashley, here's one of her earlier singles called Back to Austin, and you can see her perform it live this Sunday, June 12th at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. This is UVALDERadio.net. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Knocking at 2 a.m. Saw your old truck sitting in my drive. There's lipstick on your collar once again. It's a different day, the same old life. Too many late nights down on 6th Street. Don't think I don't know what's going on. You'll try to convince me that I'm crazy. You're still just a player on the road. Why don't you get on back to Austin? Don't need you here in San Antonio. You tried to play me for a fool, you know that's just what you do and it's wrong. You had no chances, now you lost them. Oh, welcome back to Austin. I'll forgive you, but hell no. Let's make it quick and not drag this on. Take your heartache and your beat up guitar. Just sing yourself a sad country song. Why don't you get on back to Austin? Don't need you here in San Antonio. You tried to play me for a fool, you know that's just what you do and it's wrong. Yeah. Chances, now you lost them. Oh, welcome back to Austin.
UVALDERadio.net, your concert station. Robert Miguel here with you. That was Morgan Ashley back to Austin, and Morgan out of College Station. Excited to have her back in Uvalde this Sunday, June 12th, as we present Uvalde Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund. It's going to be an all-day event starting at noon, going until about 9:30, maybe even 10. Maybe we'll just party down on a Sunday night. The funds will be going to Texan Bank, TXN Bank, which has branches in both Uvalde and Hondo, so it kind of made sense to work through those guys. And man, I'm just excited to be announcing just a fantastic lineup of Texas country and red dirt artists that are coming together to just do some great, some goodwill and help take care of these families that are so affected. I can't even imagine what some of these families are going through, and I mean, how can you even go to work? How can you even try, to show up? So some funds to help them through this time is such a great idea, and we're just so elated and comforted and appreciative of all the artists coming together. Again, our phones have been blowing up for people offering to do a benefit show here with UVALDERadio.net, and we have kind of handpicked a bunch of artists that we already had relationships with. All these people are already our friends, and we know they've come through Uvalde. They've kicked our dirt around, they've drank our water, we've shared a beer with them here and there. And to announce our next artist here with me on the phone, I'm so excited about this guy. He came in, he razzled, he dazzled us. We did a really cool interview, I believe, last year, maybe a year and a half ago, at the Uvalde Grand Opera House. With me on the phone, Mr. John Hope. Welcome, sir.
What's going on, buddy?
John, where are you calling in from, man? Where are you located?
I am in Albany, Texas.
Wow, man. Well, thanks for taking the time, carving out a couple minutes to talk to me this morning. We're just trying to get through this big major announcement. We got some other great artists to announce this morning. And then, of course, online, we'll have ticket information at graff7aranch.com and UVALDERadio.net. And, John, like I said, you came and did a really cool live interview with us with your buddy here at the Uvalde Grand Opera House. Why don't you let me know, what were your thoughts on Uvalde when you came through?
Oh, man, it's a cool little town. I had been through Uvalde previously and working in the oil field, and it's one of those towns that it's got its cool little charm, and the Opera House is so cool. It's a really neat historic building there in town, and I love it. It's got that hometown feel, It's a cool place.
Well, we were so honored when you came through with your buddy William, and you guys just tore it up, man. Solo, together. You guys call yourself, what, the Dos Brochachos?
Yeah, Dos Brochachos.
So give us a reminder about how that little radio tour went for you and what you've been doing since.
Oh, man, that radio tour was a blast. That was a whirlwind couple of days, and then since then I played the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards Future Faces show. I came out on top as the male winner for that. Got to play on the big stage with some amazing musicians at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. That was incredible.
Hey, let me interject here real quick, man, because you blew everybody away at the competition. I hate calling it a competition because, we're all friends and whatnot, but you blew them away, at the Future Faces showcase, and then seeing you on that big stage at Texas Live with all that production and all the, the whistles and bells. What was that experience for you and the band? And not only are you playing just kind of a huge show, but with literally the VIPs of Texas country and red dirt, plus all of the radio industry and recording industry. Were you a little nervous, man?
I'm going to be honest with you. I was more nervous the night before.
Really?
Yeah. Competitions always get my nerves going. Like playing in front of people. I mean, at the end of the day, people are people, and yes, there was a little bit of pressure. It was like, hey, you want to do good, you want to go out there and give it your best, right? But at the same time, it's a song that I played 1,000 times, and so it's like we're just going to go play the tune. And I was a little nervous about playing with the band because they learned the song overnight. They approached me the night after that night after I won, and they were like, hey, we'd like to offer our services. And I was like, okay. And I knew they were good.
Right. These were, it was a band full of pros, right? I mean, like seasoned veterans.
I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
They're just awesome musicians. And so I didn't really know what to expect, but then we did sound check, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's all good.
But to trade in your regular guys for these guys, right?
Yeah, really, exactly. We woke up the next morning and my wife goes, she goes, "You're probably pretty nervous about today." And I was like, "No, I was really nervous about yesterday. But I'm okay now."
Well, you knocked everybody's socks off, man. It was so cool seeing you up there. It was fantastic.
So much.
And of course, the song. I just lost my microphone. The track you actually ended up playing was your new single, right?
Yes, sir.
So I guess let's go ahead and talk about Fort Worth Calling Dallas, man. It's your new song. May as well give it the big radio push and plug. Let's talk about the release of the new record.
Yeah, man. So Fort Worth Calling Dallas is a song that my mom kind of inspired. I was in West Texas. I was working in the oil field, and she called me one day, and we have this family friend named Dallas, and he kind of adopted my mom. He's younger than me. I think he's in his, early 20s. And we've known him. I've known him since he was a little kid. Mm-hmm. And he sort of adopted my mom, and it's like his second mom. And so he calls my mom and gives her like the life updates, right? And so I guess he had called, and she told me that she had talked to him on the phone. I said, "Oh, that's really cool. Well, how is Dallas?" She goes, "Oh, he's good. He's left. He's not living in DFW anymore. He's moved to Tennessee." And I said, "Oh, cool." And then just instantly, like, I'm in songwriter mode. Uh-huh. I said, "Wait a second. So you're in," because my mom lives in the middle of Fort Worth.
Right.
I said, "So you're in Fort Worth calling Dallas in Tennessee?" She goes, "Yep." And I was like, "I got to call you back. I've got to write this down right now." And so I more or less hung up on my mother, and then I called her back about, a couple hours later, and I had a verse and a chorus, and I was like, "You got to hear this. I think this is cool. I think I love turns of a phrase, and this one, it's so hard to find kind of a fresh take on something,
yeah. And
it's very rare that I just kind of go like, oh man, I think this is maybe a little different than the norm, and it's kind of a different angle on, and so yeah, my buddy Jordan Lee kind of helped me finish it out. He wrote the second verse on it, and we recorded it. We recorded it, I guess, about 2 years ago.
Wow! And
I've been just kind of holding on to it. I didn't want to release it because I was like, I don't know this. I think we just need to wait for the right time. Well, then Milo Deering played fiddle. He was in the band at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, and when I heard him play fiddle, I turned to my buddy Will, who's also my producer. He played and sang harmonies with me on stage that night, and when we did sound check, I turned to Will and I was like, "That's what it's missing. It's not a huge part, but that fiddle part is just so cool." And so Will, if I'd have been there by myself, I'd probably never would have talked to the man. But Will's that kind of guy that, like, there is no such thing as a stranger. He will talk to anybody about anything, and he just walked right over to Milo and he was like, "Hey, I was just wondering, like, what do you think the chances are we can get you to play that, a fiddle part on this song?" And he was like, "Pretty good. When are you releasing it?" And I was like, "Next week." And he said, "Yeah, I can do it on Thursday." And I was like, "Man, if you could do it, that would be perfect." And so he did. He cut the fiddle track and sent it back to Will, and we mastered it and sent it to radio the very next week. So I guess that was what the right thing. Unbeknownst to us, we were waiting on Milo to record it. We just didn't know we needed to ask him yet.
What a fantastic story about a cool song, man. I mean, especially, the inspiration from Mom, and then, having the right wingman and Will, to make it all come together. It really is a great song musically and lyrically. So we're excited that it's now on the UVALDERadio.net playlist. What's coming up in the future, for the summer? I know it's summertime, so you and the band getting out, doing a lot of full shows or more solo stuff, or what's coming up here?
So the next 2 months, both. We play pretty regular down at the Stockyard with the White Elephant. That's kind of our home base, I guess.
Residency, yeah. Okay.
We love that place. Doing quite a few outside shows out down around Possum Kingdom Lake. That place is awesome, and so yeah, just and then filling in all the any voids with acoustic shows. So staying as busy as we can, and I'm elated at what this song has done so far, and the response that we've got. I don't ever like to say that a song is good or that it's. I think that's up to the listener and the audience and radio to decide. But I did feel like when we recorded this song that it had some potential.
Right.
And so I'm riding the high still from the T3R deal, and it's been awesome. So we're just continuing to push and staying as busy as we can, and I'm looking forward to coming and seeing you this weekend. So.
Well, man, we are so excited and so thankful that you're going to come down here. You'll be going on around 1 p.m. sharing the stage with your buddy, William Wallace, right? So the Dos Muchachos back up there again. Give us an idea of what that set will look and sound like.
Man, we'll do some originals. But Will and I both are, we're children of the 90s, so I'm sure you'll definitely hear some 90s covers in there. And because we kind of like to do a mix of originals and 90s stuff, and then of course you got your Red Dirt and Texas country staples, So it'll be a good time and a good mix, and he sings with me and I sing with him, so that'll be fun.
And you guys have this, kinship and friendship that really comes through your music. Your voices blend together beautifully. Seriously, seeing you guys together is pretty fantastic. Even off the cuff, when you guys are clearly not rehearsed, it's amazing. So, again, John Ho performing this Sunday, June 12th, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, our UVALDE Strong Texas Country benefit. Remember, it's benefiting the Robb School Elementary Memorial Fund, and John goes on stage with William Wallace at 1 p.m., and here's a song I'm sure you're going to hear, John Hope with Fort Worth Calling Dallas, and this is UVALDERadio.net. Thank you, John. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Take care, man. God bless.
All right. Bye.
Dallas always was a good man, a kind heart but a rambling soul. She tried so hard to change him, but he always had to go. Chasing the bright lights, the neon highlights he'd found on Music Row. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas and Tennessee. She said that damned old man will be the death of me. She'd love to hate him, but she can't set him free. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas and Tennessee. Tried so hard to forget him, but his memory comes back again and again. 'Cause Dallas has a way about him, and she knew she'd never win. So she went her own way, until that one day when Dallas crossed her mind again. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas and Tennessee. She said that damned old man will be the death of me. She loved She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas and Tennessee. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas and Tennessee. She said that damn old man will be the death of me. She loves to hate him, but she can't set him free. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas. She's in Fort Worth, calling Dallas and Tennessee.
Side of my front porch, topping over Thompson Hill. Everything I owned in the backseat, white knuckles on the wheel. I remember Mama waving, blowing me kisses in my rearview mirror. I can still hear her, yeah, I can still hear her. When you're losing hope, hitting dead-end roads, keep your faith, hold it close. Fear's a liar, everybody knows. When the bad days come, knock you on your back, dust yourself off, straighten up that hat. Better call your mama if you know what's good for your soul. Lessons learned I carry with me, fill me up when I'm on empty, simple things. I gotta keep driving home, keep driving home. That steeple over the front door didn't see enough of me, but them promises from the preacher somehow dug down kinda deep. And that graveyard by the church, those crosses row on row, are the loved ones I miss that pass down what I know. When you're losing hope, hitting dead-end roads, keep your faith, hold it close. Fear's a liar, everybody knows. When the bad days come, knock you on your back, dust yourself off, straighten up that hat. Better call your mama if you know what's good for your soul. Lessons learned I carry with me, fill me up when I'm on empty, simple things. I gotta keep driving home. When you're losing hope, hitting dead-end roads, keep your faith, hold it close. Here's a liar, everybody knows. When the bad days come, knock you on your back, dust yourself off, straighten up that hat. Better call your mama if you know what's good for your soul. Lessons learned I carry with me, fill me up when I'm on empty, simple things. Gotta keep driving home, keep driving home, keep on driving home.
UVALDEradio.net, Uvalde Strong. That is Paul Isaac with Driving Home, another artist who will be performing at our Uvalde Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb School Elementary Memorial Fund. It'll be going through Texan Bank, TXN Bank, which has branches in Uvalde and in Hondo. So we figured since this event will be happening in Hondo, just kind of makes sense to work with a bank that works with both cities. Again, this Sunday, June 12th, from noon till about, maybe 9:30, maybe even 10 o'clock. Who knows how long the party will go. All-day event at Graff 7A Ranch, home of the South Texas Maze in beautiful Hondo, Texas, located right there smack dab in between San Antonio and Uvalde. So again, Paul Isaac will be performing, and let me look at my schedule here, and according to my notes here, he'll be going on at 2 p.m., sharing the stage with Garrett Talamantes, who we played earlier. So that'll be a great time. Get out there by 2 to see Paul Isaac, and that was his new single called Driving Home. Another gentleman who was among the very first to reach out and send his condolences. Just a great heart, beautiful wife, and just a cool guy. He's been to Uvalde, and every time he comes to town, so warm and friendly and just lights up our city. Excited to have on the show, and with me on the phone, Mr. Chuck Weimer. Welcome, sir.
Hey, what's going on, Robert?
Man, it is so cool to talk to you again. I know that these are kind of sad days here in our local community, but I just want to say right now, thank you for reaching out, thank you for being a part of this, and thank you for helping us begin the healing process here locally.
Oh, yeah, anything I can possibly do, and thanks for including me. We've just grown to love Uvalde every time we've gone out there, so it was a no-brainer for me to reach out and say, hey, is there any way I can help out?
Now, Chuck. Now, where are you? Are you still in Lytle, or did you move? I want to say you moved a couple of times, but I'm not real sure.
We moved out to Lytle. We were in San Antonio. We moved out to Lytle. I still work in San Antonio, but yeah, we like that country living a little bit more.
So, for those listening home here locally, again, I've talked about this earlier with some of the artists, but we really tried because when this tragedy happened. Immediately, phone calls, emails, social media inboxes, everybody, and do not get me wrong, we appreciate every offer from every artist out there who said, hey, we'd love to do a show, we'd love to do benefit, we'd love to do, get involved. But the reality is, many people we didn't know. We wanted to specifically work with people that we already had loving relationships with, and of course, you're among those. Go ahead and just tell me about your heart for Uvalde and your experiences here.
You were one of the first radio stations personalities to bring me out there, and we fell in love with the town when we got there. We were looking around. We were like, this is kind of like if we hadn't moved to Lytle, this is the kind of town we would have wanted to go to. It's not too country. It's not too city. It's like one of those small towns, and you get the feel. You're out in the court square. You go to the theater, and you're looking out the window, and it's got that old hometown feel to it. And then, of course, when we heard what had happened, it was gut wrenching because it's a small town, so there's a good chance I probably met a few of the folks that were affected directly, and so yeah, it broke our hearts when we heard the news, and we gave you a day or two because we knew that you were going to get flooded, but our hearts were with you from the very minute it started.
Now, you mentioned, overlooking the town square. You did have the opportunity to come to one of our interviews at the Uvalde Grand Opera House, and I think it's kind of a unique perspective whenever you visit a town or you drive through or you even do a gig, but to be able to say you looked outside that, that window overlooking town square from the Uvalde Grand Opera House, that little turret, window. I mean, that's a very unique perspective that a lot of artists or people just don't have, even people locally,
Yeah, it's a great view. I mean, you can see a whole bunch of stuff that right from that window, and you can see history there too.
Absolutely.
So, and then having you tell us about it, and then being to see the theater too. So it was just there's so much history in the town, and there's so much compassion amongst the people that are out there. I mean, every time I've been out there and either done the radio spot with you or played over at I think I've played at a couple of places out there, Broadway 830 and the hangar there.
Yeah.
And you can just see that the folks, they may or may not know each other or know each other well, and they invite them over to their tables, and they're like, hey, come on, you can come sit with us. I know there's no room, but you can come sit down with us, and we'll pretend we've known each other all our lives.
Well, Chuck, again, we got Chuck Weimer on the phone. He's performing this Sunday at our big benefit concert at Graff 70 Ranch in Hondo. Now, Chuck, you've got a prior engagement actually later that evening, so you're going on pretty early, man. So I would have had you a little bit later in the program, but you're opening up the show, right? Is it noon? Is that when you're going on?
Yeah, I think so. Jamie and I were talking about that too. We're like, how often does he get somebody asking to go on first?
Right. Yeah. Put me on first. We want to go on super early. No, but you're going to be. But that's okay, man. But so the fantastic thing about it is the lineup is so good and so solid. There is such great entertainment all day long. We really, had the benefit. Being able to handpick the best of the best, the cream of the crop in the Texas country and red dirt scene. So thank you again for being involved. And I guess for those who haven't heard your story enough or yet, go ahead and give us a recap on your foray into country music.
So I was born outside of Texas and then joined the military and ended up landing in Texas as my last duty station. Waited until I was about 42 to start putting my music to radio, just because I was, raising kids and family and doing all that stuff. And finally, we put a couple of them out of the house and said, you know what, let's go ahead and give this thing a shot. So I call it my successful midlife crisis, because we've been having a lot of success with it, and people have been loving the music, so we're just going to keep on doing it. But I'm one of those guys that just, I want to be a family friendly act. I want everybody to be able to bring their families out to it and have a good time, and write music for some kids and for some adults, and just have a good time. That's all it's about.
Now, as I recall, you're heavily involved with church and ministry and whatnot. You've got a great heart for God. I kind of see you as the next Curtis Grimes, personally. Talk about your faith and how that's interwoven with your music and your career.
Yeah, nothing in my life could ever happen without God. There's every time I look around, I can just see His hands on everything that I'm doing, because none of this is possible without having the right people in place. And He put the absolute best manager I could possibly ask for, in the house with me. My wife is she had no idea what she was doing when she got started, and we were blessed in all the things that we were doing from the start of COVID and everything. We kept getting all of the opportunities that shouldn't have been there. So there's no question that God's got His hand on what I'm doing, and I'm not saying that my music is, God directed and everybody should listen to it, but there's no question that He's blessing me, and I'm just trying to honor Him in all that I'm doing. And again, that goes back to keeping it family friendly. I want to make sure that people can see that my walk, while it's not perfect, I'm walking with God as I'm going out and doing the music.
Now, and you hit on a lot of great subjects, but, again, your faith in God will not keep you from singing a good old Texas country song about whiskey, right? So let's go ahead and talk about the new single, Whiskey, Texas, and You.
So like I said, God will always be number one in my life, but after that, there's three things that I really enjoy, and that's whiskey, Texas, and you. It started off as kind of a love song, but whenever I'm on the stage, the you gets to be whoever's standing in front of me, the crowd, the audience, the fans, the friends, however you want to describe them, the people that are out there listening, that's the you that I'm singing to at the time. And one of these days, maybe I'll start singing it back, and we'll get that thing going the way that my producer had in mind, where he wanted it to be more of that crowd anthem, kind of, everybody shouting it. So we'll see what happens.
I'll be shouting it Sunday afternoon, even though it's going to be noon. You know what I mean? And no matter the crowd, I'll be front and center chanting with my fist raised up high. So again, Chuck Weimer here on the phone out of Lytle, Texas, performing early at noon at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. Pretty soon we're going to have all the details, including ticket prices, the complete lineup and set times, as well as prices and reservations for tables at graff7aranch.com or uvalderadio.net. Chuck, go ahead and plug the socials and the website and all that good stuff.
ChuckWeimerMusic.com or Chuck Weimer Music on the socials. And, of course, if you're outside of Uvalde's range and you still have your Spotify, download the songs there.
Well, again, Chuck Weimer, thank you so much for checking in. I'll see you Sunday afternoon, and let's go ahead and get that new song called Whiskey, Texas, and You. This is Chuck Weimer, and this is UValdeRadio.net. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, brother. God bless you.
May not have a whole lot to my name, and I guess this life I lead leaves me to blame. But for all my faults, I know this much is true. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. Never try to make me what I'm not. You tell me you don't care about what I got. It don't matter if the car I drive is new. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. And I can sit out on the porch and stare up at the sky. Get out on that open road and drive 500 miles. It don't matter where we go, it don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. lips. Taste that Becca Creek after a sip. You got me hooked on everything you do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. I can sit out on the porch and stare up at the sky. Get out on that open road and drive 500 miles. It don't matter where we go, it don't matter what we do. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you.
UVALDERadio.net, Uvalde Strong. That is Chuck Weimer, his latest, called Whiskey, Texas, and You. And we're excited to have Chuck Weimer performing this Sunday, June 12th, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo for the Uvalde Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb School Memorial Fund. It's going to help out some families that are in dire need of financial support. And, of course, this music will also just help us begin the healing process. So everybody's invited to come on out. Tickets will be on sale soon, if not already, at graff7aranch.com. We'll have all the information, including a lineup and everything at UVALDERadio.net. Really excited to have this show put on. The outpouring of support and love and offerings to do something like this started immediately. And, of course, being that we are a local station, we were just immersed in just kind of reacting and dealing with all of this. So we were a little late in the game of putting this together. But, boy, did it come together nicely once we started. So another thank you, so much appreciation to all the artists that are involved, and even the ones that couldn't be involved or we didn't have room to get in. The outpouring has been amazing. One young lady who I'm really excited to say is a part of this thing is no stranger to neither Uvalde or Hondo. Matter of fact, Hondo is her home away from home, if not her actual home. With me on the phone, checking in from the road because she's just that busy, Miss Alora Leonard. Welcome to the live program. Hi, Alora. You're on the road. Where are you checking in from? What highway you going down?
Oh, well, as you know, I'm hitting radio tour, and I'm just going up and down East Texas. I am bouncing everywhere.
So do you know what road you're on right now? Or are you on the road with, like, mom and dad or your road manager? How are you doing radio tour? Just you, or do you got some family with you?
Well, I've got my mom here with me. We are, what highway are we on? FM 488.
Tell your mom I absolutely adore her. Your mom is the coolest, music mom on the planet. She's just amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she loves Uvalde Radio, so glad to be on.
Well, we love you guys, and it's been an honor and pleasure following your blossoming career. And, I mean, just from the time that we got to know each other maybe a little less than 2 years ago, you have already come so far. You recently were in the Future Faces showcase at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, made a big impact, really, I guess, wowed the crowd at that event. Let's go ahead and give us the quick background on Alora Leonard. And you're young, so just go ahead and give us the quick story on how you got into music and where you are now.
Of course. So, if anything, I always did a bunch of rodeos there in Uvalde at the expo that they have there. And so, growing up doing rodeo, I always loved to sing to my horses. Mm-hmm. I just would sing all the time, anywhere, everywhere. And at one of the rodeos that I was competing at, some of the staff had, heard me aim into my horse, and they said, "Hey, this little girl, she's not bad. Let's get her on up here and have her sing the national anthem." And so, I started singing the national anthem at quite a few rodeos, and started singing at church, and then I started singing to bars.
Rodeo, churches, and bars. That's the three staples. You know what I mean? Of good music, diet. So.
Yep.
And you've come so far. We've talked about this in the past. It's like you're your mom and dad have been very supportive in getting you out there, and you're just tearing it up at a young age. And again, I'm not even going to focus on your youth because you've come so far, but you are now literally a major player in this Texas country music scene. So congratulations to you and your hard work, your talent, and to your mom and dad as well too. So since your experience at the Future Faces show, how has that changed, since you got to do that showcase? I guess your impression of how this Texas country scene and how it's been working for you, how's that been?
It was my first time to go to the T3R Awards, and I was honored and surprised that I was able to be a part of such phenomenal musicians up there with the Future Faces showcase. And man, going there, shaking a few hands, and also having the opportunity to play in front of producers and managers and tons of musicians that are in that Texas genre, it just was able to open lots of doors for me, and I've been able to make some great contacts, and it was awesome. And and being on radio tour, I'm getting to meet some of those people that I met there, and it's been a great asset.
Well, we have been, just like I said, just enjoying watching you blossom, and I know you're going to go even further. Now, you are going to, like I said earlier, we've talked to Morgan Ashley and Brandy Balin this morning, and you'll be sharing the stage with them in kind of a song swap format. I want to say that I saw that you played with one of those two. Was it Brandy recently?
Yes, I played with Brandy at the end of May, so like a couple weeks ago.
So you guys will be going on stage about 2:45, Morgan Ashley, Brandy Balin, and Alora Leonard, kind of a song swap format. Tell me how excited you are to be working with those two ladies.
Oh my gosh, those girls are awesome. They have been so sweet and so supportive of me every time that I'm around them, and I was thrilled to hear that I was going to be sharing the stage with them.
Man, well, there is another young lady who is also going to be co-headlining this event, which I don't know if you know who it is yet, but she's a big deal too. So we'll be talking about that later. I'm gonna pretend like it's a secret, even though it probably isn't. But hopefully you can spend some time with her as well too. But it is a fantastic lineup, and so far we've mentioned Garrett Talamantes, and he's about your age. Have you gigged and hung out with Garrett at all?
I don't think so.
You don't know Garrett? Okay. Well, he's a rodeo kid out of Carrizo Springs, and his story is not unlike yours. It's crazy. A rodeo kid. He's high school age, and he's kind of coming up, kind of right behind you, if you don't mind me saying. So if you get a chance to try to develop a little kinship with that kid, he's a good guy. Also in the lineup,
I look forward to meeting him.
We'll also have Chuck Weimer and Xavier Joseph. We've got John Hope, William Wallace, Paul Isaac. We mentioned Morgan Ashley and Brandon Balin, and so many great artists that are going to be involved. Laura, I guess real quick before we get into your brand new song, tell us what the summer's looking forward to for you. Got any big shows? Obviously, you're on radio tour now. What cities are you hitting here to promote the record?
Yeah, so San Antonio is my new record that I'm out here promoting, and that song has been out for about 6 weeks. And, I wrote that song last year. I was touring colleges and, just trying to figure out what to do for the next few years. And I called up one of my buddies. We talked about, what I should do. And then he and I said, you know what, we should sit down and write a song. So my good friend and I, Lance Carpenter, we sat down, we wrote San Antonio, and, a year later, full circle, I ended up singing that song at my graduation. And so it was a cool moment, and that song is very near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited to see what it's going to do and continue doing on the charts and in Texas.
Well, it is a great song, and we are honored to have it on our playlist, and it's been in our top 25 consistently since you've released it. What are the plans as far as hitting the road? Are you going to be doing mostly radio promo, or are you doing any festivals or shows or any kind of showcases that you want to brag about?
Yeah, definitely both. I'm starting to play at some places out on the lakes, and I'm meeting a lot of these radio stations. I'm getting some of their contact info for different venues that they have in their area, and so I'm definitely going to be playing a lot and touring a lot and just lots of fun stuff.
Well, exciting to have you out on the road doing your thing and just sharing that music. We are even more excited that you're going to be sharing your talents and your time here Sunday, June 12th at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo to bring a little healing to our Uvalde community. Thank you, Laura, so much for being a part of it. Give us a quick, the plug on the website and social media, if you don't mind, and I'm going to play your new song.
Yeah, of course. So you can find my music and see what I'm doing on Instagram, Facebook, and on my website. And on any of those platforms, you can look up Laura Leonard Music. That's A-L-L-O-R-A, Laura Leonard Music.
Laura Leonard Music, and here is a new song called San Antone. It's Laura Leonard, who you'll see Sunday afternoon at Graff Ranch in Hondo with UVALDERadio.net. Thank you, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Robert.
Last night I was thinking, watching that sun sinking, distant church bells ringing. Lord, I'll miss this place. Waking up before the break of dawn, feed the horses, throw a saddle on, hearing Mama yelling, "Don't belong." I held freedom in those reins. There's gonna come a day when I pack my stuff into my dad's old truck, and I watch them watch me leave. And I know I'll cry when I wave goodbye. Don't know where this road might lead, and I promise that I'll find my way back home if I ever leave San Antone. Part of me is excited, I don't wanna fight it, but my heart's divided. Yes, that's growing up. College applications, high expectations, all of life's temptations. God, I'll need your love before I lose my way. And I'll pack my stuff in my dad's old truck, and I'll watch them watch me leave. And I know I'll cry when I wave goodbye. Don't know where this road might lead, and I promise that I'll find my way back home if I ever leave San Antone. One of these days I'll meet someone and you'll have to set me free. I hope someday you'll love him 'cause of how much he loves me. When we pack my stuff into Dad's old truck, and I watch you watch us leave. And I know I'll cry when I wave goodbye. Still don't know where this road leads, and I promise that I'll find my way back home. I promise that I'll find my way back home when I'm leaving San Antone. Leaving San Antone.
UVALDERadio.net. It's Robert Miguel here live on the air. Man, sorry, my microphone has been acting up weird. I don't know how to put the on and off button, apparently. Oh, there's a phone call. Hold on. Maybe I'll just, let's go and do that. This is live radio, guys. We're going to go and get William Wallace on the phone right now. William Wallace, is that you? You're live on UVALDERadio.net.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much.
Man.
Sitting down eating.
I appreciate you checking in. I'm doing some live radio here, so I appreciate you working with me. We're doing like rapid fire interviews here this morning from 10 until about noon. So thanks for being a part of it. William, where are you calling in from? Where do you live in? I forget.
I'm in Crowley, Texas.
Crowley, Texas, and we talked to your buddy John Hope just a few minutes ago. You'll be sharing the stage, kind of a song swap with John. I believe that's going to be happening around 1 o'clock. William, we talked about this. You guys came through for a radio tour with your Dos Brochachos radio tour. John shared some of his thoughts and memories about Uvalde. Give us a little bit of an idea of what your heart for Uvalde is.
Well, I've got a very strong heart for Uvalde, especially in this time. What happened was horrific, and anything I can do to help, I'm glad to be there for it. I'll tell you that.
What was your impression of our town when you came through and did that interview at the Opera House?
I love the feel. It's got a really hometown feel to it. The Opera House is really cool, too. I love the old theater style seating that y'all have in there.
It really is our crown jewel, and we were so honored that you got to come out and do a radio interview and then a show with us. Now, William, as the story goes, I want to say that you told me that you started out as a drummer and then you made your way into singing and playing guitar. Is that the case? And if so, give me a quick reminder of your musical bio.
My musical bio, yeah. Well, yeah, I did start out as a drummer. I started out playing for my dad back when I was about 9 years old. Then I moved on to various artists. Went on tour with Toby Keith and Joe Nichols, my band back in the day. And I started recording. And when I started recording, I started doing my own music. And started stepping out from behind the drums and seeing if I can do my own thing,
And what was that transition like for you? Was it scary or was it pretty effortless?
It was actually a little scary. You get really comfortable in a certain position, and you feel like you're doing good in it, and then you go switch gears, and it's like you don't know what to expect, what it's like on the front of the stage, It's a lot different.
Yeah, there's some security, kind of being in the back where, if you screw up, it's really not so visible, right? But when you're right there on the front line, everybody sees it, right? If your fly's down, you know what I mean, or you got a booger hanging from your nose.
Yeah.
But man, well,
exactly.
You made the transition seamlessly, I think, and you are a great vocalist. So I'm really surprised. I mean, you're like a Phil Collins kind of guy, apparently. But
thank you.
I think it's remarkable your kinship, your team, work with John Hope. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you guys do a lot of co-writing, and he records some of your songs and whatnot. Tell me your relationship a little bit on that with the Dos Brochachos and John Hope.
Well, me and John Hope got together about 10 years ago. It started way back in the day, and I was recording his album 10 years ago, and so that's when our relationship started. And whenever he wanted to start pushing his music to the radio, we got back together, started recording again, and he wanted to put together a band. So I was helping him put together a band, and then I was like, hey, I'll play for you, So I started playing guitar for him. I was his drummer at first, and then started playing guitar for him. And we're still recording right now. We got a session going on in the studio right now with John. So we're pretty tight.
And you obviously have a lot going on, man, between, being a multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, and apparently producer, engineer, right? So obviously you stay pretty busy. So what are some of the other projects besides what you and John are working on that you might have your hand in?
Well, I also own a welding business in Crowley.
Wow. Cool.
And a recording studio. So during the day, I do a lot of welding and fabrication. And then after work, we do recording and play music.
Well, man, I appreciate...
And on top of that, got 3 kids,
Woo! Lordy goodness. Well, man, I appreciate you taking some time out, carving out some time for this phone interview. And, of course, time to come on down to Graff Ranch in Hondo for this benefit concert, man. I know you're a busy man. I know gas is sky high, and I know you got a family to take care of your own. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I think I can speak for Uvalde, for your involvement in this. We really do appreciate the outpouring of love and support, you lending your talents and time, okay?
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about your brand new single. It's South Bosque River. Give me some background on this. I'm going to get it on the air.
All right. South Bosque River, I wrote this about 3 years ago about my family reunion that happens down in Waco area. You actually camp on the South Bosque River for about 7 days. So I figured I needed to write a song about it and describe it the best I could in a song. And that's what that song is about.
Well, very good.
Life.
We're going to get it on the air. Go ahead and tell the audience where we can find you online, your website, social media, that kind of stuff.
Okay, I got WSWmusic.com, I have Chicken Pickin' Music for my Instagram, and then William Wallace Music Facebook. And you can always find me on Spotify, Apple Music, or any kind of streaming service that you like.
Well, very good. Again, William Wallace, thank you so much, man. Look forward to seeing you and John perform this Sunday, 1 p.m. at the Graff 7A Ranch Dance Barn in Hondo for our Uvalde Strong benefit, benefiting the families of the Robb Elementary shooting. So thank you again, sir. Here's the song, William Wallace, South Bosque River, and this is UvaldeRadio.net. Thank you, sir. God bless.
We got catfish on the trot line. Knee deep in the water, that sun is getting hotter. Got a fishing pole in my hand, pumping some music from a real hot man. We got our drinks iced down and our tent poles up. Party starts when my folks roll up. Doesn't get any better than being out here on the south. We got catfish on the trot line. Gonna take this life and leave it all behind. We got hot dogs on the grill. And if you don't like that, you can take it on up the hill. Sitting on a beach sand with a Coors Light in our hand, perch fishing on a rock bed, and good sleeping on a nerd bed. When the sun goes down till the sun comes up, ooh, I can get enough. It doesn't get any better than being out here on the south. We got catfish on the trot line. We're gonna take this life and leave it all behind. Got hot dogs on the grill. And if you don't like that, you can take it on up the hill. We're sipping on moonshine in a lawn chair. And if we drink too much, there ain't no one gonna care. Sitting by a campfire way out of sight. There ain't nothing else better, it'll make you feel just right. We got catfish on the trot line. We're gonna take this life and leave it all behind. We got hot dogs on the grill. And if you don't like that, you can take it on up the hill. Sipping on moonshine. There ain't no one gonna care. Sitting by a campfire way out of sight. There ain't nothing else better, it'll make you feel just right. We got catfish on the trot line.
UvaldeRadio.net, it's Robert Miguel. We are doing our major concert announcement, our big Uvalde Strong concert, Texas Country Concert, benefiting the families of the Robb school shooting, which of course is terrible news here, is just really shaken our community. But the outpouring of love and support has been outstanding. And now that we've kind of regrouped from the initial shock of it all, UvaldeRadio.net is excited to be a part of this great event benefiting the families affected. We partnered up with our friends at Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. So the big concert will be this Sunday, June 12th, noon till whatever time we decide to end it. An all-day event, smack dab in the middle between San Antonio and Uvalde in beautiful beautiful Hondo, Texas. So much love and thanks to Ken and Lori Graff for letting us have this event in their big dance barn. Going to be a whole lot of good times, some cold beer, some good food, family, farm fun, and just the most amazing lineup of not just fantastic Texas country and red dirt artists, but all friends of UVALDERadio.net. So we're really trying to keep this local love. Co-headlining the event, we're so excited to make this happen. This young lady was supposed to be playing the Saturday prior to Sunday at our Uvalde Honey Festival, which obviously, for obvious reasons, had to be postponed or canceled. With me on the phone, Miss Bree Bagwell. Howdy, ma'am.
Hello. Thank you for having me on today.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm so excited that we still get to have you in the Uvalde area despite the tragedy that's happening. Bree, how are you guys doing out there?
You know, it's been a crazy few months, I think, for everybody, and we just, of course, want to send our condolences and our thoughts and prayers. It was just so horrific, and anything we can do to help. So as soon as you called, I was like, we would be happy to go. I asked the band, we were all sitting in the van on our way back. We played in Spearman, Texas last week, which is north of Amarillo, so we had a long drive, 13-hour drive home, and I was like, you guys, free to do this on Sunday? And my whole band was like, absolutely, of course, we'll be there. So I'm bringing the whole band.
Wow, Bree Bagwell and the band, BANNED. So
that's right.
This Sunday, June 12th, we were excited because you were set to headline our Saturday night for the Uvalde Honey Festival, which was actually scheduled to be this Saturday night, June 11th, in Uvalde Downtown Plaza. Now, right now, Uvalde Downtown Plaza is just a huge memorial to those 19 beautiful souls we lost and the teachers. So obviously, there's no way we could, and the town is just kind of a media circus, I'll be honest. It's really kind of been tough on the locals because we've just, regular life has been interrupted on every single level,
Right.
So it's kind of really, I think, fitting that we're doing this just outside of town, but close enough for the locals to still be involved if they want to. But I know a lot of Uvaldians just don't want to even be in town right now. So
right.
So we're excited to have this at the Graff Ranch in Hondo. And I knew that you guys were scheduled to be in town, so I was like, you know what, why not see if Bree can get out there. So thank you so much for not only you, lending your talents to this, but getting the whole band involved. We haven't seen the band here in Uvalde for, about 5 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I think I have probably all new guys since then, and they're wonderful and really kind people, but they're amazing musicians too. So we'll bring some songs. We'll bring, we might sing in Spanish a little bit.
Nice.
You never know with these guys.
The last time we saw the full band here was actually about 5 years ago, and it was on my birthday weekend. And
That's right.
You guys came up to my old FM station. We drank beer and had pizza, and we partied hard. It was good times.
Well, it was the best. I didn't know you could have that much fun at a radio station.
Absolutely.
Spoiled that day.
Absolutely one of my best memories as far as, radio interviews. And then, of course, later that night, I believe you sang me happy birthday, Marilyn Monroe style, from the stage.
Right. Only for you. That doesn't happen very often.
Thank you very much. But thank you guys so much for being involved in this just fantastic benefit. It's going to help a lot of people that really have so many distractions to get through now, and money should be the least of their worries. So thank you guys again for being a part of this. Now let's go and talk about you, Bree. Now you're what, 7-time female artist of the year with Texas, and or 7 number 1 singles. I mean, you got a resume out the wazoo. It's almost silly to bring it all up because everybody knows. But you've recently hit last week number 1 with your new single with Kylie Fry. Let's just get caught up in what Bree Bagwell's been up to.
Yeah, that was so exciting. I think that's my 8th number 1 last week.
Wow.
And Kylie, that was just so much fun doing that with her. So seeing it go to number 1 was just great. But actually, I just, as we're on the phone, got the masters back for my new record. So I have 11 new songs coming out in August. And so I'm just so excited if everyone wants to go follow me on social media. We just announced my CD release party at Green Hall happening August 27th. So I'm right in the middle of my new record. So that's pretty crazy. But I'm just so thrilled how it came out. I couldn't be more happy. So new music coming your way.
Album release at Green Hall. That is going to be wow. That's insane. What's the word? Legendary, I guess I should say. You better save me a spot, okay? I need to be able to go to that.
You got it. Of course. Yes.
Well, Bree, again, we thank you so much for the opportunity to see you live, to lend your talents and everything. What else? I guess new music I guess that's late summer, not necessarily fall. Go and get me caught up on the band. Who do you got working with you right now?
Yeah, I got a guy named Phil Medina. He's an Aggie, if you're into that kind of thing. You know, I went to UT, so we got to balance it out so our fans don't get mad.
Right.
He's on the drums, and I have a guy named Vince Ryan. He's actually from Missouri, and we kidnapped him now. He's moved down to Texas, and he's amazing. He's on guitar, and then it's pretty funny because Justin Lusk from the band Copper Chief, he was my first bass player ever, and now he's been playing bass for me again recently. So that's exciting. I got just great guys, and then of course when Paul Easton's not playing with the Wilder Blue, my boyfriend, he comes and plays guitar with me. So that's my favorite, is when we can all get to play together.
I gotta say, man, seeing you and Paul online on social media, you know, you guys are like the Texas country power couple, and it's so cool to see. I mean, because you know you've been established here for a while now. But to see Paul's band, the Wilder Blue, really kind of take off, and wow, I mean, it's really, I'm so excited for you guys. You guys are seriously like, you know, the thing, the it couple. I love it.
That's so nice. We, you know, we've really love each other, and we're just choosing this like hard, poor lifestyle. But man, love wins. I would choose love every time. No, now that I have just like this really solid relationship, I'm like, everything else doesn't matter. I wouldn't do it with anyone else.
So tell me, I think we talked about this briefly before, but now that you're kind of just so in love and everything, so smoochy, has that affected your songwriting for this new record? Is it going to be a little bit more on the on the lovey-dovey side as opposed to the Alanis Morissette jilted angry woman?
Right. Well, actually, no. I mean, I would say, like, when I'm happy, I want to go sit on a patio and drink beer, and when I'm sad, I want to write songs. And so I think it's still on the side of it's more like real life. I would say it leans more towards, like, the struggles during COVID. And,
okay.
You know, there is, like, one love song, but it's also kind of, like, still has the, like, in case one of us dies, here's what I want you to know. Like, it still has, like, a twist of the Brie Bagwell, like,
yeah.
These are all the things I'm afraid of. These are all the things that scare me. These are all the hard things that we're currently going through, and I put that all into a record.
There is definitely a heavy dose of psychology in every one of your songs.
Totally, and yeah. So that didn't change. I wrote a song called Sarah, which is maybe perhaps about somebody we know, and yeah. So it's a really interesting record. It's a very songwritery record, but I'm really proud of it.
Well, I cannot wait to hear it this August. Again, Brie Bagwell performing this Sunday, June 12th at the Graff 70 Ranch in Hondo, our UVALDE Strong Texas Country Concert benefiting the Robb School Memorial Fund. Doors will open before noon. First artist starts at noon. Brie, I believe you're going on at 7:20 with the full band, if I'm not mistaken. And,
that's right, and the lineup's amazing. I just want to applaud you. You did a great job.
Well, again, it kind of happened. It kind of put itself together because these are all of our friends, and we just kind of picked and choose the people that are nearest and dearest to our hearts because we figured that was the most legitimate, true way to do this thing, you know? So,
wow.
Well, Brie, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do Dealer's Choice because we've been playing the heck out of your collaboration with Kylie and your latest single, but I kind of want to go old school because I love you. Do you mind if I play My Boots?
Oh, my gosh, do it. We'll play that on Sunday for sure.
Well, let's check it out here. And again, Brie Bagwell co-headlining this Sunday at Graff Ranch in Hondo. Details will be posted up soon at graff70ranch.com and at UVALDEradio.net. Y'all find Brie Bagwell on her official website and all the social medias and go buy some stuff. She's always got some great merch and look forward to that new record in August. This is old school Brie Bagwell, My Boots on UVALDEradio.net. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Time that I find trouble, every time that it finds me, when I hang my head, I see that pair of boots, they're on my feet. Every night I can't remember, every night that I see red, it comes as no surprise. I wake up with those boots beside my bed. I run edges. They like running wild and running free. Something in their souls out of control. I swear they're a whole lot like me. I run barefoot in the grass, one out the highest hills that I have. But I swear that devil and cowhide leather get together and hell breaks loose and it can't be held. So I don't blame myself, I blame it on my boots. These boots are made for walking, talking, drinking, finding where to cause a scene. I put them on, I take them off, and it's not my fault what happens in between. And I run barefoot in the grass, one out the highest hills that I have. But I swear that devil and cowhide leather get together and hell breaks loose and it can't be held. So I don't blame myself, I blame it on my boots. Oh, and it can't be held. So I don't blame myself, I blame it on my boots.
UVALDERadio.net, Bree Bagwell right there, and My Boots. She will be co-headlining this Sunday, June 12th at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo for our UVALDE Strong Texas Country Benefit, benefiting the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund. Again, it's going to be an all-day event, Sunday, June 12th from noon till about 9:30, maybe even 10, who knows. It's going to be a great time. The full details, including ticket prices, table reservations, full lineup with set times, will be posted soon at UVALDERadio.net and Graff 7A Ranch. Let me go ahead and see if I can get the next artist on the phone that we're going to try to talk to. I think he's been trying to call me on the studio line, but let me see if I can get him on the phone.
Robert.
Hey, is it Jason?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Jason Moreno from the Buckin' Crazy Band. What's going on? You're on the radio, man. You're live.
Oh, wow, thanks, man. How you guys doing out there?
We are good, man. I know we were texting earlier, and you had a late night right now. A late night, didn't you?
Yeah, we had an acoustic gig last night pop up on us, and it lasted into the wee hours of the morning. So getting a late start today.
You sound like the after show morning. It's funny. It's almost noon, but hey, man, that's rock and roll, right?
Yeah, the musician life,
So, Jason, you are with the Buckin' Crazy Band featuring Mr. Roy Torres, and we are really excited. I've been saying this to several artists, but you are among the very first to reach out and offer your talents and time to do this. And not only did you say, hey, man, you know what, we'd love to play, but you were like, dude, we'll load gear, we'll run sound. I mean, you were pretty open-ended about, your contribution. We really appreciate that, man.
Absolutely, Uvalde. Even before had a very, very. We have a very soft spot in our heart for the city of Uvalde and the county. Our music's been well received by the folks out there. We've got a lot of fans, so we want to return the love as any way we can. And I know that there was probably hundreds of artists that reached out to you and offered. That's just the way Texas music is, and I'm sure all of my buddies out there agreed to do what they wanted to do. So I spoke to the guys in the band, and we wanted to help out in any way that we could. And we've had a little campaign going at our shows down here in South Texas called Pass the Bucket, and at every show we've been passing the bucket around, collecting funds. And we'll be presenting those to you guys there when we show up to perform.
I mean, you guys really got on the ball. I mean, immediately, doing what you could to help out. And and I got to say this, man, because it takes a special kind of heart. Because right now, man, times are tough. I mean, as a musician, the gigs, they're not paying you guys anymore despite inflation, and the gas prices are out the wazoo. So just the fact that you guys are willing to kind of dig into your own pockets, and help out this way is not, we see that loud and clear. So thank you again. Now go ahead and give me some background on something. I know you, like I said, I've seen your social media. You've been super busy at these shows. You've already raised quite a few dollars, right?
Yeah, we've got $3,000 raised so far. just from passing the bucket from our fans down here in South Texas and local venues. And we had some matching donors also that wished to stay anonymous. But, it's been well received. People, I know that there's been a big outpouring of help. We're actually doing another fundraiser the same day, but at night, right. in the San Antonio area. So, and I see a lot of my friends out on the Texas music scene, performing for benefits as well. So, the love, it's great to see the love pouring out. I visited Uvalde a few days ago also, and you could feel, the outpouring from everyone of emotion. So it's just something that we felt we needed to do to do our part and give back and help in any way that we could, and we're happy to do so. We're happy that you guys are having us there, and it's a fulfilling piece for us as well. So it's not just us helping, it's actually...
Well, I cannot say enough. I can't say enough in thanking you guys for being a part of this. I'm personally excited to see your band. I know I've seen you guys do kind of like a duo, kind of a scaled-back version when we did the Texas Country Music Association Awards. And it's been cool hanging out with you guys at that event. But this will be my first time seeing you guys perform. Let's go and talk about Roy Torres and Buckin' Crazy. Give me a little brief backstory about the band and how you guys came about and what you're doing.
Absolutely. The band's been around in South Texas since 2008. We're new to Texas radio. We recorded 2 albums, but we never released them officially, as radio songs. Our first release to radio was last year, called A Girl Like That, and it climbed to number 30 on the Texas Country Music charts, the regional radio charts. And actually, in Uvalde, we hit number 1.
Yeah, so you did.
We're very proud of that, and everywhere we go.
Now we're breaking up a little bit.
We did really. Oh, I'm sorry. No. We did. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. We did pretty good with that song. We've got some new music in pre-production now. We've recorded with Johnny Garcia in Nashville, Tennessee, and we brought Texas to Nashville, and we're trying to get some new music out. So we're working on that now. We've got some new music coming for you and for all the radio. We're grinding it out in the honky tonks and the dance halls and doing what we can now to keep momentum going. So we're loving every minute of it.
Well, man, Jason, first of all, I just got to say, the song A Girl Like That, man, I mean, it sounds so good. Such a great radio song. I mean, there are songs that are good and there are songs you like for various reasons, but there are certain songs that, in my opinion, as a radio programmer for many years now, that just sound so good on the radio, And in my opinion, A Girl Like That is just one of those classic, fun, like upbeat radio songs. Just has the right vibe, for driving, road tripping, whatever it is, you're doing. So thank you guys for creating that. Also, man, Latino to Latino, it's just kind of cool to see a group of, Latinos getting out there making great Texas country music, man, and getting it out there. So, raza.
Yeah, man, we embraced it and we put accordion in there. We stuck to our roots and we stuck an accordion and it's actually a female accordion as well too, and she's a Latina and so we embrace our roots in our music, and you'll hear it in the next song as well. And it's hopefully it'll be as good as A Girl Like That or even better.
Well, man, we're excited to have you performing Sunday at the Graff Ranch in Hondo. Excited to hear your brand new song. But meanwhile, let's go in and get that single, A Girl Like That, on the air. Again, we've got Jason Moreno here from the Roy Torres and Buckin' Crazy Band. Hey, go ahead and give us the plugs on how to find you guys online, social media, all that stuff.
Absolutely. You all can find us at buckandcrazymusic.com. That's BUCKNCRAZY music.com, and you can connect to us on all our social media platforms there.
Once again, buckandcrazy.com. Jason, thanks for checking in. Let's go and do that song, A Girl Like That. Roy Torres and Buckin' Crazy, and this is UVALDERadio.net. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
God bless.
I've seen around from time to time, down at the family's home with a partner in crime. From the stage as she dances by, a Johnny Cash shirt and their big blue eyes.
Man, she's got that thing, wearing that Lone Star smile. Her round boots and Daisy Dukes, they never going out of style. Something about a country girl in a longhorn cap and a ponytail. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that. Strumming on my old guitar, South Texas time. She's a light that's shining bright in that neon sky. A girl like that is all I need. Long legs hanging off her fingertips. Daisy Doe putting on a show all through the night. Looking at her, looking at me with those good kiss me eyes. Man, she's got that thing, wearing that Lone Star smile. Her round boots and Daisy Dukes, ain't never going out of style. Something about a country girl in a longhorn cap and ponytail. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that. A couple more bandana shots to get my courage up. She's out of my league, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna try my luck. Man, she's got that thing, wearing that Lone Star smile. Her round boots and Daisy Dukes, they never going out of style. There's something about a country girl in a longhorn cap and ponytail. Whoa, wish I had a girl like that. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that.
Satisfy my mind. Body aches all over just to feel your touch. Nothing else would do, but I don't need that much. Long as you're with me, got everything I need. Yeah, I wanna do all the things we do. Hold your body close till the night is through. Wake up in the morning to a day that's new. I wanna come home every night to you. This life without you every day is wearing on me. Don't think I can make it for another week. Crazy how true love can be so mean. 'Cause this poor old heart is saying, baby, this ain't fair. Swear I see your pretty face everywhere. Miss you so damn much, can't think of nothing else. But I wanna do all the things we do. Hold your body close till the night is through. Wake up in the morning to a day that's new. I wanna come home every night to you. When the sun face everywhere. Miss so damn much. Can't think of nothing else. I wanna do all the things we do. Hold your body close till the night is through. Wake up in the morning to a day that's new. I wanna come home every night to you. I wanna come home. I wanna come home. I wanna come home. I wanna come home every night to you.
UVALDERadio.net. Robert Miguel here with you, announcing Uvalde Strong, our Texas country benefit for the victims of the Uvalde Rob's Elementary School shooting. That is a band called Brody Lane featuring AJ Vallejo and Come Home to You. They will be performing at the Graff 7A Ranch June 12th, this Sunday, June 12th, on the Graff 7A Ranch Dance Barn stage. It's going to be a fantastic time. Despite, the bad news, it's going to be a great opportunity for healing for our community, and so many great Texas country artists have come together to lend their time, their talents, and financial support to benefit some families who really, really need that right now. Oh my gosh, and excited because right now we're going to go ahead and announce our headliner. I want to say co-headliner. We said Bree Bagwell is also our co-headliner because, we just love her, and I don't think these guys will mind us saying it. All right, so checking in, and I'm so sorry because from what I understand, he's watching some Top Gun because he feels the need for speed, but he's kind enough to get on the phone with me right now. From the band Kinfo, Rico Gonzalez. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Robert. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. I'm so sorry to bother you on your birthday week, and, when you're watching Top Gun, man, everybody needs some Tom Cruise in their life.
No, it's great. Right now, it's insane. My wife's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I gotta go. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back."
Man, again, I haven't seen Top Gun yet, but I know it's going to be so good. So I owe you a movie pass at the very least. All right, so.
No way, man. This is way more important than a movie. I'll tell you that. What's going on right now in Uvalde, and we're super excited to be able to be involved any way we could help. And families are broken right now, man, and I just want to be able to. We all want to be able to support that,
Well, man, like I said a couple of times here in the last couple of hours, the outpouring was immediate, it was swift, and it was huge. So many artists just said, hey, you know what? If you're thinking about putting anything together, some kind of benefit for the families, please count us in. Please keep us in mind. You guys were among the first to reach out as well. And it was really important to me that through all the artists that reached out and offered, and again, let me reemphasize that so many people that we don't even know, anywhere from Adam, reached out, and I felt it was more fitting and better for the people that we actually have working relationships with, people who I know have a heart for Uvalde, who've actually walked our streets, played our venues and been here. So everybody that's involved in this lineup has been played on UVALDEradio.net, has a relationship with our station, and has actually been in Uvalde. So Rico, again, give me just kind of a reminder of your experience here in Uvalde and how Uvalde has, I guess, touched you and Kinfo.
Yeah. No, you from the start, man. Our relationship was with you and UVALDE.net and the theater. Excuse me.
The Opera House, sure, yeah.
Yeah, the Opera House, and the Opera House, and we did our first show there. One of our first shows out in Uvalde at the Opera House, and the community there is always so strong, man. It comes out, and not to get into political things like that, but there's a Latino community there, a strong foothold there that support us really, really strongly. That I connected to while doing mariachi growing up, in Uvalde. And so my roots go pretty far back there. My grandpa and my dad, they used to play all the time all over there. And so with Kinfo here, we have a special connection, man. You've always been amazing to us, supporting us with our music, and we just can't thank you enough. So when we heard what happened, first of all, I was still kind of in disbelief because my kids actually have friends that were related to some of the victims, and so it kind of touched home. And they had to sit down with my son, and it's kind of sad that my son's 8 years old, about to be in 4th grade. I mean, it could have been anybody. It could have been him, and you just kind of, it just made you kind of realize how precious life is, man. And you kind of hug those people that are close to you, your family, a little closer and tighter now. And you're thankful for that they're there with you, because some of those families don't have that anymore right now, and so it was very when we heard the news, it was very shocking. But we immediately said, we got to do something. We got any way we can help raise money, any way we can donate anything. We need to help these families. So that's where we were at.
Well, man, we have always appreciated your heart for our city, but especially in the wake of this tragic event, you guys are really kind of coming through and showing your UVALDE strong. So thank you guys for being a part of it. Well, again, we've strategically kind of put this together at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, which is really kind of smack dab between San Antonio and UVALDE. Yeah. And I figured it was best to do this thing outside of UVALDE because I'll be honest, man, there's a bit of a media circus here still in town. And also it gives people an opportunity from outside of our community to kind of chip in and support financially. Yeah. But you guys have a great working relationship with the Graff Ranch. So let's talk about that.
I was going to say, we're excited to actually get back to hang out with Ken and Lori there at the Graff Ranch, and to be able to, I think that'd be a perfect place too. I mean, it's an awesome place that kind of signifies family, man. The atmosphere that they have, and we're hopefully the fact that they opened up their doors, and it's not a surprise to me that they did, because those are some of the most amazing people that I've ever met, giving people this hardworking blue collar, just give the shirt off their back kind of people. And they opened up their venue for this. We're excited. It couldn't be more perfect. And I was just texted by our sister, Miss Bree Bagwell, saying that she's going to be there. So I'm excited even to see some of our friends we don't get to usually see on the road. Yeah. And so it's sad that this is what has to bring us together, but at least we're coming together to do something,
We've got Rico Gonzalez here from Kinfo. They are headlining the event this Sunday, June 12th, Graff Ranch in Hondo. Rico, I know you got to get back to your movie, Top Gun, Goose.
It's actually pretty intense, man. I'm excited for it, to see how it's going to turn out. It's a good movie. So, but all that to say, man, thank you so much for giving me a call, and I can't wait. I know that the boys are excited too to get to be able to be there Sunday. Come on out, y'all. We love to see you guys and just be together as a community. And thank you, Robert. You keep doing your thing, man. You're a huge rock, and because of you, a lot of people are being reached, man. And please don't ever stop. I appreciate you so much.
Well, we appreciate your support, man. And really, I'm so sorry you had to interrupt your movie with your wife on your birthday.
Ever. This is more important to me, man. Honestly, people are what it's about. Movies come and go. You can replay it again on Netflix someday, but this is way more important. I don't give a crap. Thank you,
I'll let you get back to your wife, man. Again, Rico Gonzalez from the band Kinfo headlining this Sunday, June 12th, Graff Ranch in Hondo, going on around 8-ish or so. Let's go into your brand new song. Not an officially released single, but it's the newest song we're playing called Mas Tequila Por Favor.
Thank you, brother.
Little party song. This is Kinfo featuring David Lee Garza, and this is UVALDERadio.net. Thank you, Rico. We love you, man.
Robert, love you too, brother. Talk to you soon.
See you. Bye.
My baby told me she didn't love me, so here I am down in Mexico, in Rosarita's Rio Cantina, working on my Espanol. Más tequila, por favor. Do I like it, sí, señor? Mi amigo, por some more. Más tequila, por favor. My poor old liver feels like that river, but I ain't sure I'm over her or not. So we're gonna stay here, me and Jose here, and give it just one more shot. Más tequila, por favor. Do I like it, sí, señor? Mi amigo, por some more. Más tequila, por favor. I don't want no cold cerveza. Well, I don't want sangria wine. All I want is what goes great with a broken heart, a shake of salt, and a slice of lime. Más tequila, por favor. Do I
mi amigo, por favor, más tequila, por favor. Do I like it? Sí, señor. Mi amigo, por favor, más tequila, por favor. Well, she don't love me anymore. Más tequila, por favor.
UVALDERadio.net, your concert station. Kinfo featuring David Lee Garza and Mas Tequila, por favor. I'm Robert Miguel, making the major concert announcement. This Sunday, June 12th, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, UVALDE Strong. And I'm going to give you the full lineup here in just a moment. But UVALDE Strong, a Texas country concert benefiting the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund, presented by UVALDERadio.net and Graff 7A Ranch, located at 911 U.S. Highway 90 East in beautiful Hondo, Texas, located right smack in the middle between Uvalde and San Antonio. Kinfo, our headlining artist. I'm going to go ahead and recap the entire lineup. We've talked to just about every artist who's involved here, and it is a fantastic lineup. I did not have time to get a hold of one artist who was kind of a final last-minute addition, but we're going to go ahead and play their song, and after this track, I'm going to wrap it up and give you the full lineup in the order of appearance that they will be out there. UVALDERadio.net will be broadcasting live. We'll have tickets on sale, table reservations, and more information at UVALDERadio.net and at Graff7aranch.com. And one of the final artists that are performing, scheduled to play about 3:45, I believe. We're going to have from Arlington, Texas, a band called September Moon. And this one's called Breaking Up a Heart. This is UVALDERadio.net. Your full lineup, all the information comes up right after this on UVALDE Radio.
It's not you, it's me. That's a lie, but there you'll say, just as long as I walk away, you deserve better than I can give you. Don't believe that's true, but that's what people say. There's no easy way to break a heart, no words to ease the pain, no way to get your time back from the start. Just empty lies on fragile minds and memories replay, wondering about how things fell apart. Breaking up a heart, I think we should take a break. That's just code for it's all over, what you ain't got the guts to say. Maybe we're better off as friends, but we've gone past the point of no return to stay. There's no easy way to break a heart, no words to ease the pain, no way to get your time back from the start. Just empty lines on fragile minds and memories replayed, wondering about how things fell apart. Breaking up a heart. Honestly, the truth can be a bit too hard to say. I don't know the words to give that wouldn't sound cliche. White lies and crying eyes all out on display. We both know it's better off this way. There's no easy way to break a heart, no words to ease the pain, no way to get your time back from the start. Just empty lines on fragile minds and memories replayed, wondering about how things fell apart. There's no easy way to break a heart, no words to ease the pain, no way to get your time back from the start. Just empty lines on fragile minds and memories replayed, wondering about how things fell apart.
UVALDERadio.net. Good afternoon, Robert Miguel here with you, making our official concert announcement. UVALDE Strong, a benefit concert, a Texas country benefit for the Robb Elementary Memorial Fund, presented by UVALDERadio.net, held at Graff 7A Ranch this Sunday, June 12th, 911 U.S. Highway 90 East in Hondo, right there smack dab in between Uvalde and San Antonio. Again, this Sunday, you just heard September Moon, a band out of Arlington, with Breaking Up a Heart. Now, I'm going to go ahead and recap what we've been talking about for the last couple of hours. So many amazing, talented, fantastic artists with such great hearts that are lending their time, talents, and efforts to come on out here to the Hondo area to put on a great benefit concert that will take care of the families involved in the Uvalde Robb Elementary mass shooting. So again, let me go ahead and give you all the details. The event is this Sunday, June 12th, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. Details for if you want to get tickets and address, go to Graff, the number 7aranch.com. Again, Graff7aranch.com. Set times are like this. Starting at noon, we'll have Chuck Weimer and Xavier Joseph. At 1 p.m., John Hope and William Wallace. At 2 p.m., Paul Isaac and Garrett Talamantes. At 2:45, Morgan Ashley, Brandy Balin, and Alora Leonard sharing the stage. 3:45, the band you just heard, September Moon. At 4:30, the full bands begin with Roy Torres and Buckin' Crazy doing a full band set. At 5:20, Dale Phillips Band featuring pickers, fiddles, and some very great, some amazing veteran country artists. So Dale Phillips full band at 5:20. At 6:20, Brody Lane featuring AJ Vallejo. And 7:20, Bree Bagwell and the band, full band at 7:20 on the Graff 7A Ranch stage. And at 8:30, headlining the event, Kinfo out of San Antonio, our very favorite honky-tonk band in Texas. Again, all-day event from noon till whenever we can finish this bad boy up. The full lineup will be shared online at UVALDERadio.net. Tickets will be available at Graff7aranch.com. You'll be able to make table reservations as well. And this is just going to be a fantastic event with so many great talented artists doing some great work, raising funds to benefit the families affected by the Robb school shooting. Again, the funds will be diverted through Texan Bank, TXN Bank. I believe I've got a quote here from Lot Whitwell, Vice President, Commercial Lender at TXN Bank, the Uvalde branch. Quote is, "There isn't an individual in our community that hasn't been impacted by the Robb Elementary school shooting, and everyone wants to do their part to help. TXN Bank decided to open a memorial account to allow community members to a secure way to help our friends and neighbors." And we'll be putting out an official press release actually very soon as well. Again, full lineup will be posted at UVALDERadio.net, including set times, ticket link sales, and how to reserve a table. Special thanks to Ken and Lori Graff, who I wanted to get on the phone here, but I know they're very busy working. But their heart for this this benefit has been so amazing. They've been doing so much hard work behind the scenes, and we're just excited to be a part, just doing our small part to help these families involved. Again, the event will be Sunday. We'll see you out there. UVALDERadio.net will be on hand, broadcasting live throughout the whole afternoon and evening. So we will see you then. I'm Robert Miguel. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you in advance to all the bands who are part of this event. And again, please check out UVALDERadio.net soon for more details as we post those up. Thank you guys again. I'm Robert Miguel. I'm out. UVALDERadio.net. Uvalde Strong.